Whoa, this is crazy because what we are witnessing right now is an escalation in the U.S. Israel-Iran conflict that none of us thought would happen this quickly. In fact, let me tell you, Qatar, Jordan have now been hit with missiles, not from America, not from anybody like that, but from Iran themselves. See, Iran feels as if they are backed against a wall because two militarized forces, the America and Iran, have decided to basically jump Iran out of nowhere. It really caught them by surprise. In fact, I saw videos where they have completely obliterated the house, the residence of the Ayatollah. Now, I'm assuming he just was not at that house. His family was not at that house, but that house is completely gone. And so at this time, we are seeing Iran fight back in record time, like in the same day. Like this is all within the same 24-hour segment that they said, guess what? We're going to strike every U.S. military base in the region. So not only Qatar and Jordan, but Egypt could potentially be in danger. Turkey could potentially be in danger. The United Arab Emirates, all of these nations that maybe were going to be more neutral in this conflict now have a little bit more of a reason to be like, hey, we're going to join the side of America on this, because Qatar's president has come out and condemned the actions by Iran's leader, their Ayatollah. Qatar feels like, you know what, you could have just let that go, or you could have done something else or spoken to us, but you decided to send missile strikes at us as well. Now, it has also been cited that from the American-Israel strikes, 24 children have been unalived in Iran, okay? So we are seeing pictures and videos of bombs and missiles flying out the sky in Bahrain and Jordan and Qatar and Israel, because Iran hit Israel first after the U.S. and Iran attacked, or after the U.S. and Israel attacked Iran, then Iran hit back at Israel first. And so what we're seeing is something that is unprecedented. And I wonder what Americans think about this, because of a lot of Americans say that they did not want to go to war, but you are in a full-scale war. And now the news channels are saying, you know what, this couldn't just be over in a few days. This will most likely take a couple of weeks, if not longer. So we are going to be in a long world war cycle, on top of Afghanistan and Pakistan also having their issues and being in a current war as well. Now I want to read this to you. You're going to hear this. It's a verse in the Bible. You're going to hear this and you're going to be shocked. You're going to be surprised. But a sense of peace is also going to come to you, because you know that this is what's happening. Because you know we have stepped into a threshold that we cannot turn back. We can't go back in time. We can only move forward with the world events. This is Revelation 6 from the Hallelujah Scriptures. It says, and I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, the Lamb being Yahushua the Messiah, who some call Jesus Christ. And I heard one of the four living creatures saying, like a sound of thunder, come and see. And I looked, and I saw a white horse. This is John talking, the Revelator. And a crown was given to him, and he went out overcoming and to overcome. And when he opened the second seal, I heard the second living creature saying, come and see. And another horse, fiery red, went out, and it was given to the one who sat on it to take peace from the earth. My. Isn't that what we're currently witnessing? When you have this war just in 24 hours that is impacting the entire region of the Middle East in a way we have never seen before in our lifetimes. Even when they had the war that was due to 9/11 in Afghanistan and the terrorist things that were happening, it wasn't an Iranian or an Afghanistan or some person in that region targeting everybody in the region to retaliate. No, we have entered a definite threshold. Let's continue. And a great sword was given to him, and he opened the third seal, and I heard the third living creature say, come and see. And I looked and saw a black horse, and he who sat on it, holding a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four living creatures saying, a measure of wheat for a denarius, and 3 measures of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and the wine. And when he opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth living creature saying, "Come and see." And I looked and I saw a pale horse, and he who sat on it had the name of Death, and the grave followed with him, and authority was given to them to kill with the sword and with hunger and with death and the beasts of the earth. So what we are seeing has all been prophesied. You can go look at this on your own, Revelation 6, and I encourage you to read all the way through chapter 9 and 10, because I'm telling you, we are at a threshold that we cannot turn back. America is in the end time prophecy. A lot of people say it's not Mystery Babylon, but I would 100,000,000,000% beg to differ. Israel, that's not really even the true ancient Israel, that's the modern day Israel, is in these prophecies as well. Revelation 2:9, Revelation 3:9. We have Iran, which were the Medo-Persians in ancient time. We have Elam. We have everybody that is in perfect position in that region. And it seems like everybody is just said they don't have patience. In fact, Afghanistan and Pakistan's government came out, and he sounded eerily similar to some of the things Trump has said. Pakistan said they had to go to war with Afghanistan right now because they lost patience, similar to when President Donald Trump said, we have been trying to be patient with Iran, but they're going to keep building their nuclear arms. And I think we really need to understand the severity of this issue. And this is why on our channel, we tell you to flee America while you can. On the previous video, someone said, thank you so much for shouting out that route that I can take from Jamaica to Nigeria, because the last of the remnant that feels the heat and knows the call to leave now and to gather themselves towards the south, where there's going to be a level of stability in all of this chaos, because these tumults and these Armageddons and these things are going to happen in the lands that are a little bit more north and not down here where we are. We are super, super far down south. It's in fact a little surprising how far down south we are. But nonetheless, the remnant who knows the call, who feels the call, who has felt the call, and has probably felt this inside of themselves for weeks. Maybe you were a little bit stirred. Maybe you were like, hey, something feels like it's going to happen. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what's going on, but maybe you felt it for a few weeks. Well, it's here, and this is the threshold of no return. And so the question is, what are you going to do? The scriptures are very clear. It says those that have the name of Yahusha on their forehead in obedience will be sealed and saved. And so if there is a plan that you are supposed to go through, if there was a route that you were supposed to take, if there was something you were supposed to be doing right now to prepare, you need to make sure that you are obedient to that call. Because what we're going to see next, I was just shocked seeing Qatar's president say that about their counterparts, Iran. I was shocked to see that Iran would even do that to Bahrain, to Jordan. I was shocked to see, they have this whole regional map showing they may also hit the United Arab Emirates. They may also hit Turkey. They want to strike every U.S. military base in that region. And so the next question should be, what do you think is going to happen next? Do you think these things are going to come closer to the actual land mass of the United States of America? I saw a video actually earlier talking about Texas and their FAA aviation close down. Now, I saw this a few weeks ago. We didn't record a video about it, but I thought it was peculiar. I was like, they must be getting ready for something, because they just shut down like their airspace near Texas. But it makes sense now that we're witnessing this today, because they're protecting that border area from whoever could come through that border. In fact, there was a drone that appeared accidentally. It wasn't even a strange foreign military drone. It was just a drone that had come from somebody inside of America. And the military grazed it down with a laser, zapped it in the middle of the night. Understand, America's on high alert. Iran is on high alert. Jerusalem, Israel is on high alert. Egypt now on high alert. Qatar, Doha, Qatar is on high alert. Flights are not coming across these regions. Flights are not going out of these regions. There is going to be a type of pause in these sections of the earth where if you're not already down south, or if you're not taking alternative routes from like the Caribbean to a direct flight that could land you in Ethiopia or Nigeria, then you just won't be maneuvering that many more places. Okay? On top of that, we had previously discussed on this channel the fact that the US of A is not even issuing passports that often anymore because they stopped issuing them in the library. Some cite that they stopped at the post office in their city. We are already at the point of no return. Leave a comment down below if you agree. Leave a comment down below to let us know your thoughts and what you think of this situation, how you think this is going to progress, if you feel safe in your area, if you have other plans to get to higher or lower ground that could be down south instead of up north, because it's going down if you're in the northern hemisphere. If you're even in the Middle Eastern hemisphere, because the Middle East is rarely ever peaceful. But this is definitely a threshold where it's an entire outbreak for the entire region, just seemingly overnight. Again, Afghanistan and Pakistan aren't too far from the Middle East. They're just right there. They're really in the Middle East, but they're just a different part. They're not like the Israel-Iran showdown. And all these things are happening at once. It seems that above all, the word is coming true. And those who are scoffers at the word, those who are scoffers at the remnant, those who are scoffers at end times planning, at understanding the times and the cycles and seeing what's going on, those will be the people that hold the most regrets in these times. And the regrets are more costly than they have ever been before. Shalom, shalom. I'll see you in the next video. Share this with as many people as possible. Stay safe. Stay grounded, worship in spirit and truth, and make your moves, because you have but a small, tiny little window.